It's so funny. I was telling Zena, I was like, I get a lot of tech anxiety because there's my on tech when it comes to yoga classes specifically. Things that just get weird. So I'm trying to pull in like good vibes and grounded vibes for this stuff. So, okay, I think we can begin. So let's go ahead and start. So I'm gonna just welcome you onto your mat, your floor, you know, any ideally not your bed. So that's, you know, it is a restorative yoga class, so we're going to avoid bed today. So just a comfortable space first where you can honestly just sit. And sitting can look like a couple different things. I do want to make note that it is okay if you don't feel comfortable sitting on the ground flat. What you can do is you can always grab a block. Just a side note, you can always put it underneath your tush, and you can have a little bit of elevation for your body. Cross-legged is usually very standard in yoga, but if that's not the case and you have very tight hips, the legs can always come out straight. Okay, so I just want to kind of unpack that a little bit, just remembering that we're all going to be at different places in our practice, and everybody's bodies are different, and it takes time to create mobility as well as flexibility. So please do what's going to be best for you. Okay? And so I'm just going to show from the side what the block just does do with the spine.
Hey, Ange.
Yeah.
Do you know if the computer sound mode turned off again?
I don't think so. I think
Do you already have your music in your background?
Yeah, thanks for checking in. Hold on, double check again. Share. It's on. I think it's on.
Okay.
I think it just, do I need to put it a little louder? I think it shut off. I think it just shut off for a second.
Okay, just check, and now I can hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Cool.
it was just in a transition.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I'd rather know than not know. And everybody, thank you also just for kind of bearing with the first class on this one. So we're doing our best. All right. Can you hear it or no?
You know, I think it kind of turned off as soon as you switched the camera.
Oh, okay. It's like share sign. Wow. Okay.
Oh, now it's on. I see it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Why is it? Wondering. Just keep me posted. I don't know if that did that automatically.
Right now on the top it says you're sharing your computer sound.
Yeah. Well, I was before too, but for some reason.
Okay, back up. Back in your phone. You're good.
All right. So, okay. So yeah. So if you have the block below you, you can obviously see. You can put it underneath your tush, and what it does, it just gives your spine a nice little elevation. Okay. So that's just a start. If not, you can always lean up against the wall to support your back, and just, you know, give yourself the opportunity to be comfortable. We're going to sit here for about 5-ish minutes, and we're just going to give ourselves some time just to really root ourselves before we our practice. So beginning to find what you would call your center. And so from here, I'm just going to invite you into closing your eyes. And as your eyes are closed, have a chance maybe to roll your shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. You can roll the shoulders forward, shoulders back, and then find a still point in there. Palms of your hands can be resting down or up on your lap. Go ahead and just jostle your jaw from side to side. Then pause. yourself a moment here just to begin to first notice the position of your body that you've chosen. So feeling your sitting bones below, feeling your sitting bones maybe on the block or maybe even on the ground or your mat. Feeling your long spine reaching up towards the heavens as the crown of the head really pulls long. Naturally giving the shoulders an opportunity to maybe float down the back a little bit more. Check in with the hands and make sure that they're soft on the lap no matter what position you chose. Good. Now beginning to pay attention or bringing your attention into your breath. So first just notice how the inhales and the exhales move in and out of the body. And if you notice any moving thoughts coming with your ability to draw your focus in on the breath, just let them come and let them go. Where is the breath moving into in the body? Good. Now begin just to give yourself the chance to really notice the 4 parts of the body. So the chest upwards to the crown of the head and down the arms to fingertips. The chest into the ribs, the lower ribs, front, side, and back. We have the belly space. And then we have the low belly space all the way down to the legs, knees, the shins, the calves. And so we really break up the body this morning so that you also have something metaphorically to work with. So this journey is about the 4 elements, and much of week 1 has been about really breathing into the upper half of the body, or the upper chest, the crown of the head, and down the arms into the fingertips. And so in working with this air element, we've began to build a relationship with it. Maybe more than we thought that we knew before. Maybe we've discovered, maybe these experimentations that we've been coming to in terms of our meditations have given us more insight. So from the upper chest of the air, the second tier of the body is the fire. The third tier of the belly space is the water. And the low pelvic bowl into the legs is the earth. So you're going to take a minute here now just to find your breath again. And we're going to go ahead and actually take 4 cycles of breath now instead of those 3 we've been doing all week. So your first breath, you're going to inhale, and when you inhale, focus in on just bringing the breath to the upper chest, the crown of the head, around the head, inner ears, outer eyes, down the arms and into the fingertips. Imagine filling yourself up with that inhale and those parts of your body. And then when you exhale, just slowly breathe out from the mouth. And then on your second breath, you'll inhale. You're going to give yourself an opportunity to breathe not only in that first part, so the crown of the head, chest, the fingertips. Just start to take the breath down into the ribs now, the front, the sides, and the back. Inhaling, and again exhaling throughout the mouth. And on your third breath, fill yourself up, first cavity, second cavity, and then see if you can drop a little bit more now into that third part of the body, that belly space. And maybe even feel the belly expand a little bit more as you also engage the diaphragm. Maybe the belly pushes out. And then this time when you exhale, you're actually drawing your belly towards your spine a little bit, creating some soft activation. As you empty out from the belly, ribs, chest. And on your last breath, your fourth breath, you're going to take a beautiful breath in and really bring the breath, first part, second part, third part, and bring it all the way deep down into the low belly button, all the way down the legs. So take a full body breath. And then exhale out. Good. And after that fourth breath, just give yourself a moment here just to let the breath equalize normally without you having to do anything. Good, and now from this place, begin to create some micro movements, so opening and closing the hands. Maybe start to roll the wrists clockwise and counterclockwise. Good, then roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back again. Forward and back to both sides. Good, take a pause. Turn that around a little bit, so maybe some touches for both clockwise and counterclockwise. About 2 complete sides, both ways. Just notice what's going on with those upper shoulders, the neck, maybe even the jawline. Your neck around, maybe find a nice neutral position again. And from here, if you're on your block, I'm going to have you step off of it, place it off to the side, and you're going to extend your legs out. So much of our class today is actually going to be on the earth floor. And then maybe as the classes continue, we'll do some gentle standing. So for now, we're just going to keep it nice and light. So I will invite you to kind of pull out the sit bones a little bit if you can. And then you're going to go ahead and just shake out the legs a little bit. And so as you're shaking the legs, think of it as an opportunity, almost like a little mini massage on the ground. So as you're doing this, you're creating some activity or activation in the legs. You're moving out some of the energy that's happening. You're going to do this for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a pause, look forward, take a breath, and reach your arms upward. Nice long spine here, the best that you can. You're going to pull your belly space in. While you're able to move your spine, bend your knees a little bit, and then just start begin to stretch really long with the arms, reaching for the toes, and it's totally okay. Again, knees bent. This is not about like straight per se. Grab those toes and give yourself a chance to come forward and just hang out here. And as you're holding the stretch, the intention here is just to feel your low back, feel the mid back, feel the upper mid back, feel how it feels to forward fold. You're going to take 2 cycles of breath here, breathing in to the back side of the body, from the crown of the head to the sitting bones, all the way down to the heels. You're going to also exhale from those same spaces. And every time you exhale, the intention is to just draw the belly towards the top thighs a little bit more, feeling as if your body wants to just naturally come forward and deepen its posture here. You'll do that one more time, just allowing yourself to be here in this position. No pressure to have a specific stretch or to be anywhere, just to be here in this position and with your breath. Good. And then from here, on your next inhale, you can just allow yourself to slowly roll up your spine. So the legs maybe become a little bit more straight. And then as you come upwards, you're going to inhale, reach up. The legs can be a little straighter now. You're going to reach forward again towards your toes. Knees bent or straight, up to you. And again, exhale forward and you're going to just do some gentle roll-ups. Very simple. You're going to let your hands naturally glide along the top of the legs. You'll inhale, reach up. You'll exhale, reach forward. You'll inhale, glide up. Exhale, reach forward. So you're going to do that just a couple times at your own pace and just notice what starts to come up. Is there a fluidity? Is there a jaggedness in the movements? It's really just about being able to, once again, kind of rooting back into this witness concept. What does it feel like just to stretch forward? What does it feel like to allow the hands to glide on the body as you inhale back upwards? How do the back of the legs feel? Are they tight? How do the shoulders and arms feel as you lift upwards and lean forward? And so just doing that about 2 more times. And my invitation to you as you're doing these next 2 times, see if you can slow down a little bit more, maybe by like even 30%. Remembering every time you pour forward, you're drawing the belly into the space, or towards the spine rather. And again, just naturally rolling up the spine. And maybe noticing as you slow down your roll up of the spine, maybe there's something else showing itself in the spine. Last one. And then take a pause. Good. Finding the original position with your pelvic bowl, find it nice and rooted, spine nice and long. You're going to begin to bring your knees in and you're going to scoot your tush forward. And we're actually going to come to the ground. If you have your strap, please grab your strap. If you have a hand towel, that's fine as well. I'm just going to go ahead and use the strap because I have it. But hand towels still work just as great. So you'll start with your knees nice and bent here. We're just going to do a little bit of low back stretching, inner and outer leg stretching as well, which is fantastic. If you have low back tightness or even potential sciatica or pseudo sciatica, which is very common with people who sit a lot, right? So we're going to start with the right leg first. We're going to bring the right knee in. And we're going to take the loop of the strap or even just the towel and just wrap it around the tops of the balls of the feet. And from here, now if you have any low back constraints at all, you can keep the left leg rather bent. If your low back is in pretty good health, you can extend it long. Okay, so just kind of playing around with what your body needs, always remembering that your body is your body and you know what it needs, right? Or you're at least exploring what it needs. So as you're here and you're gently pulling the strap or the towel towards the heart, just 3 times, you're gonna press against the strap or the towel, pressing the foot upwards as if you're pressing the gas. So it's an inhale to press and it's an exhale to release. So it's an inhale to press or flex. It's an exhale to release or extend. So the intent here is to get a little bit of opening in that calf line, right? And the knee can obviously be slightly bent here. So one more inhale to push or flex. And then exhale to release and extend. Good. 3 cycles of breath this time. We're just going to open up the whole leg line. So it's going to be an inhale. Let the leg just come all the way off to the right. And when you are ready, you'll bring your exhale into this and take it all the way back up and over. Inhale to open. Exhale to close and give yourself a gentle twist. Good. Doing this one more time. We just take note. The movement is good as it starts to create more heat in the body. The heat is what opens up the muscles, the fascia, and also the tendons, right? And helps us to get into those joints a little bit more, which is what we need for mobility. So once you do your 3, take a pause, extend the leg back up again. And one more time, we're going to open up that calf. So bend that knee slightly again. Inhale, press against. Exhale, release. Pull the foot down. And you can use a little bit more strength here this time because there might be a little bit more of an opening. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, press. And exhale, release. Good. This time we're going to bring our hamstring into it a little bit. This time, inhale, press the whole leg up. Try to straighten and exhale, bend. Bring your knee towards your heart a little bit more. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, press. And exhale. Good. Inhale, press the leg back out. And this time what you're going to do is you're going to take about 6 cycles of breath and you're going to explore. Inhale, maybe bring the leg back out towards the right. Maybe take a breath or 2 and hang out there. Really just notice how it feels to allow the leg to extend outwards. Make sure your left glute is glued to the floor, that your left that it's not coming off the ground. So you want your leg nice and strong. So if you have to engage your quad a little bit or flex the toes on the left side, you can do that as well. Eventually, you'll give yourself a little bit of time to maybe pull your right leg towards the heart. You can bend it and straighten it out a little bit. And then eventually bringing your right leg back over towards the left to get that really nice long deep stretch in that outer IT band, outer glutes. And even as the right leg is off to the side, maybe in that gentle twist, you can bend it and straighten it here too. So you really want to also consider like how the bending and the straightening can actually help to actually open up the whole juncture a little bit more. That it's not necessarily about having a straight leg. It's actually about creating more mobility in the body and more spaciousness versus trying to create a straight line per se. A lot of the straight lines and a lot of yoga practices that occur are because there's proper opening of the structure in itself. It's not a forced straight line per se. So when you're ready, you'll come back up to center. You're going to bring your knee into your belly and just move the strap off to the left for a moment. And take your hands, clasp them, and just give yourself a nice little rotation here. So just some knee circles. Good. Holding this knee now towards the belly space. Bend your left knee if it's not already bent. Press your left foot into the ground and scoot your tush to the right a little bit, like an inch or two. Re-straighten your left leg out, or you can keep it slightly bent. And you're going to give yourself a nice little spinal twist. So you're just going to very gently start to push your right leg over to the left. You should start to feel a nice line or openness even in here, maybe even deeper into the low back, even maybe the ribs. Extend your arms out so that they're flat on the ground. And if it's better for you, you can take your left hand and just hold the outer right leg. Totally up to you in your practice. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, I would say hold the outer right leg. Root that right shoulder blade down and even look over towards your right. And now start to bring some breath there. Just maybe nice, easy inhales and exhales into anything that you're feeling. Good. And if you want to get a little bit of creativity in here, which you can do, some very gentle movement. And once you have this breath down, you can bring your knee up a little bit and move it down a little bit. Up a little bit and down a little bit. And just noticing, what does that do? Where do you feel it? Does it change the sensation in that outer right hip or leg? Keep that right shoulder still glued. Good, and then find another moment of stillness wherever you want to be in the stretch. So ideally, there should have been a little bit more opening in the lower back and leg just for that was the intent. If you didn't get much, it's okay. Good. From here, take a nice, beautiful breath and bring it back into center. You'll realign your spine, which means you'll have to put your foot back in the earth. Send your leg back out. And just one more time, giving yourself some nice, easy hip circles here. You can take the knee out, you can take the knee in. Bring it in close towards the belly as much as you want. Continue to do this for about 5, 4, 3, 2, nice neutral position, just very gently bringing in the knee towards the belly, and just give yourself some nice ankle rolls. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Good, and then from those ankle rolls, just give yourself some nice pointing and flexing. We really just want to address the whole leg, right? Maybe you might hear some cracking. I know I do. All perfect. Good. From this place now, you can just let that right leg come on down. And we're just going to very gently bring the left leg up. Okay? And just give yourself a minute just to sit here in a bent position. So the idea here is to take your awareness, right? We're working with the witness, so we work with the witness all the time. But more specifically this week, we're really trying to fine-tune our witness, pay attention to the differences and contrasts. So as you're here on your back, what do you pay attention to? What do you notice? What do you notice? Is the right side feel more open? Does the left side feel more closed? How does it feel to have your sacrum resting on the earth? Does the glute, one of the glutes feel open or more closed? So we take note of the changes, right? And so that was probably less than 10 minutes just now of everything that we did. And so we acknowledge that it doesn't take a long time to create change. And repeat that. It doesn't take a long time to create change. And our bodies are just the So we're going to go ahead and balance ourselves out now. And just slowly extend the right leg out. And again, if you have any low back stuff, just keep a slight bend in the right leg. Okay? Find your strap again. We're going to do the same exercises on the other side. We're going to bring that left leg up. We're going to round the balls of the feet, right? The balls of the feet. That's where we want the position. Keeping a soft bend in that left leg. Focusing on first the calf. 3 times. Inhale, push as if you're driving. Exhale, release. Inhale, push. And if you need a bit of a percentage of how much you push, it's about 40%, 50%. Exhale, release. And the idea is to release as much as you can and push, see if you can push the heel up. Just a small little bit. Inhale. And exhale. So we'll start those openings in the hip. We'll inhale, bring the left leg outwards. And when we exhale, we'll just slowly take the leg over the body. Crossing over. Just a nice little spinal stretch. Again, focusing first on really creating a nice little rhythm, opening, close. Inhale to open. And exhale, close. And as you're doing this, pay attention to how what are showing on the side. Does it feel like you did the other side? Is it different? Is it similar? And so each and every person will always have somewhat of an asymmetrical side. It's just very normal based on posture and just also our body types, right? Sometimes one leg is longer than the other. It's very common. But these are great opportunities to build a little bit more symmetry, if you will. So coming back to center, we're going to go ahead and bend the left knee this time a little bit, right? We're going to try to work on that back of the leg. And so when you're ready, you're going to inhale, push the leg up. The idea is to straighten it as much as you can to create a little bit of fire or a bit of a push. Exhale, release. And as you're releasing, you're bringing the left knee towards the belly space. Inhale, push. Straighten out as best as you can, even if there's a little shaking. Exhale, release. And one more. Inhale, push. And exhale, release. Good. Keep that soft bend in the knee. One more time. We're going to work on that ankle. Inhale, push, like you're driving. Exhale, release. Inhale, push, 40 to 50%. Exhale, release. And one last one. Inhale, push, and release. Good. Now you're going to give yourself those yummy 6 cycles of breath to explore this left leg, inner leg, outer leg, back of the leg. And again, it may be inhaling, opening up that leg line. Breathing a couple times here, really allowing yourself to direct the breath in a certain part of your body where you really need to maybe unwind some tension. And just noticing, even when you do a crossover, are you breathing or did your breath stop? And giving yourself, again, the opportunity to explore, right? I had a great call actually with Zena last night, and we were chatting about a lot of different things, and we talked about the program just to also check in, and we were really dialing in around what is a journey? What is a journey? This is what we're all on, right? I mean, overall, the umbrella, we're all on journey. We're always living questions. But more specifically with this one, it's an exploration. It's keeping curiosity in the room. Really learn how to live with uncertainty. It's learning how to be with energy that maybe we don't always know what tomorrow will be. And so when we do that, we give ourselves the opportunity to actually learn how to trust ourselves more. This is my journey. It's the crucial element of journey. So there's no wrong, there's no right. It's just watching yourself in the process of exploration, which also will bring up insecurities, judgments. It will also bring up a lot of self-like, self-love, and an opportunity to know yourself, love yourself wherever you are, or learn how to like yourself wherever you are. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and bring that left leg back up. You're going to allow yourself to release the strap and just take it off to the side. And then again, give your hands a nice little threading, maybe underneath the left knee. And just do some nice knee rolls or pull, clockwise, counterclockwise. Take a nice pause, remain here. Bring your right knee with that position, scoot your tush to the left a little bit, and then extend your right leg out as long as your low back isn't weakening. And then you're just going to slowly form over towards the right. So same concept will apply. Extend your right leg a little bit, or maybe even engage the quad some. Allow your right hand to come out first, and then your left hand plugging your left shoulder down. Once you get that position, you can there, or you can take your right hand and place it back onto that outer left leg. You can also take your gaze over to the left. Just give yourself a moment here just to breathe into that. Just feeling that sweet stillness, if you will. Where is the breath being asked? The low back, with the outer left hand. up a little bit and then down. They're just gentle. Again, creating a little bit of heat within the joint and also the structure. Keep the left shoulder plugged into the earth over. Giving yourself a couple of minutes to feel that movement. And then again, finding a moment of stillness and see if there's been any changes. Forward and back activations. Good. Now find your center again, sliding back, bending your right knee, repositioning your spine, right leg down. And again, one more time, just some nice, easy hip circles. Good. Then allow the left leg to come down and reach the right leg to meet the left leg. Realign your spine if you need to, and bring both legs into the belly space now, hands underneath the knees, and just start to rock side to side like you're giving yourself a little mini massage for the muscles around the spine, for the shoulder. You can extend even your rolls a little off to the side, maybe exaggerated rolls, which are fine as well. Good. Take a nice pause into the center. Allow the arms to come long, planting them, really plug those shoulders into. Try to get a nice 90-degree from your hips, knees, ankles. Draw your navel towards your spine, like your spine really wants to root into the earth. You're going to take a breath here. As you exhale, just slowly bring your knees over to the right, about a third. Feel that. There should be a little bit of engagement in the core. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Full breath in. Exhale, bring the knees over to the left. You're going to feel just about a third. They don't go onto the ground, okay? Hold that. Keep that engagement. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Full breath in. We're just going to do one more. Exhale, knees to the right. Hold. Keep that navel being really drawn down towards the center. If the left tush comes off the ground, it's supposed to a little bit. Good. Last time, bring it in. Inhale. And then exhale over to the left. Hold that. Keep plugging those shoulders down, navel towards the spine. Maybe you're also feeling a nice stretch in the ribs. That's the whole point. Good. And bring it back to center. Good job. Bring your left and right foot down. Walk your feet out. It's also called windshield wiper. So you'll walk your feet outside the mat, more likely, or at least the edges of the mat. And you're just going to give yourself some nice, yummy windshield wipers from side to side, bringing your left knee down and your right knee down. You'll continue to do this for about 5 cycles of breath. And so I welcome you to also, if you want to hang out in one of these windshield wiper positions with maybe the right knee down, give yourself the opportunity to feel what that feels like. And maybe going off to the other side. Good, then slowly bringing it back up to center. Walk your feet back in. Good job. Okay, We're going to very gently bring a little bit more awareness right into the rib cage, as well as some of the upper body. And then we're going to just have two postures where we're going to rest in and start to close out our practice. So what I will invite you to do is just come to your side and just see if you can just go ahead and lift very gently, okay? And I'm just going to assume that most of you have a block. If you don't have a block, you can always use a blanket. So I'll show both ways. Your block is going to go ahead and come down towards the earth, flat or horizontal. The intent here is to open up some of the mid-back. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep a little bit of space between the tush and the block, and we can readjust when we're back down. And we're going to just slowly bring it down so that we feel the block underneath the shoulder blades. Okay? And so the idea here is to slowly bring yourself back on the block, tilt your head back, keep your knees bent so that you can feel a soft chest opening. So it's kind of like a mini fish, if you will. And first, the arms will be out towards the sides. Now we keep the knees bent. And we want to continue to feel like as if the lower ribs are pushing up towards the ceiling. There might be a slight angle feeling there. So first, just give yourself the chance to adjust there and just feel that. And again, at any point, you can also just draw your chin upwards a little bit more as if you're trying to draw your awareness or the crown of your head towards the earth more. And that'll give you an even deeper opening in the front of the chest and even into the throat. It shouldn't feel stressful on the head. It should feel like an opening because most of the pressure is actually being applied to more of the lower rib cage. And so the upper half of the body should feel a little bit more free. And so taking just a few breaths here. See if you can really allow your rib cage to drop into that block as the block pushes upwards to create a deeper opening in the diaphragm underneath the ribs and naturally trickling upwards towards the upper half of the body. Now from this place, we're just going to create a little bit of movement. And we're going to bring the arms up about 3/4 way. And then we're going to bring them down. Bringing the arms very gently down, but not touching the earth. So it's very gentle opening, lifting, 3/4. Like you're about to, like you're trying to do a mountain pose. You're reaching for something in the back. And then you swing the arms down. Very gentle movements upwards and then back down. And then rest the arms. Slowly realign your head so that the back of the head is also touching the earth. And then we're going to slowly pour off the block and let it move off to the side. Assuming you have 2 blocks, we're now going to do 2 more postures, 2 that will actually invite us into opening up the hips a little bit more. And also just give us some nice sweet rest to end our practice with. So take your blocks just off to the side, to the right and to the left. To counter some of that opening in the upper half of the body, I am going to just also invite you into just giving yourself, again, just some side to sides for a minute. Good. Finding your feet back on the earth. You're actually going to go ahead and roll to your side for a moment. Roll to your right side. I just want to open up the shoulders before we really start to step into this. So you're going to take your right arm and you're going to place it nice and long, 90-degree position onto the earth or to the mat. And you're going to allow yourself to literally just allow your right shoulder to pour down. And if it feels okay, you can let your head rest here. Now you'll notice both knees are probably connected. And you have two options. Hang out in this and just breathe into the right shoulder. Or option 2 would be to press away from the earth, that left hand pressing away and taking your left leg up and down. Now that'll give you a little bit more of an intense stretch in that right shoulder. Just notice what you need. Please don't overdo it. If just laying on your side and you feel an opening in that right shoulder, just hang out there and do that. Utilizing your breath as a way to open up your body mind. Good. Slowly bring it back to center. So if you did that little extra twist, start to bring the left knee back to meet the right knee. You can let your hands soften back on the ground and then just slowly bring yourself up. And then once you're in that position, you can slowly come back down. Side body comes in. Front body comes in. Left arms 90-ish degrees, as you can see. Knees are together to start. And then you can slowly lift, right leg up, and then cross it. Head can come down. And so continuing to breathe here. Just a couple more cycles of breath. Giving yourself the pleasure of really opening up that left shoulder girdle. Pleasure of witnessing what's happening and exploring how does it feel to maybe breathe in a little bit deeper into these parts of your body. Good. Give yourself a beautiful moment to unwind that right leg back into center. And as you come up, you'll come into an opportunity just to get a little bit of cat-cow, and then we're going to rest. So make sure that the knees are 90-ish degrees from the hips. Make sure that the hands are also on the earth, shoulders 90 degrees from this place as well. And just 5 times, okay? Inhale, start to round out the spine in a cow. And cat, and then exhale, moving into cow. Inhale, rounding into cat. So from the low back, the mid back, the upper mid back. The chin comes in towards the heart. And then always initiating from the low back. Low back begins to extend. Mid back, upper mid back. Gaze comes forward. So just doing that a couple more times, really feeling the undulations of your spine. As well as anything else that you need to pay attention to and feel. Good. And then from after those 5 cycles of breath, I'm once again just going to very gently invite you back onto your backs now. So scooting around. And these last 5 minutes, we're going to give you an opportunity just to be here, right? I'm going to just guide you through a gentle meditation. And so as you're on your back, what all you're really going to do is you're going to take these blocks. You're going to come into what's called a butterfly or a diamond position. And you're going to take these blocks right into those little the nooks of the thighs. Now, if your hips are really open, you could probably get really low, right? You can get a horizontal level. If your hips are a little bit more tight, just take your blocks higher. So there's medium and there's even higher. Well, actually go for the medium if you can. I don't think the higher ones are gonna be that great because they might fall over. But if you are a little tighter in your hips, bring the blocks a little further down onto more of the knees and the calves. I think that'll be a little bit more helpful. But just play with that, play with those postures with the blocks. Like even a medium is still great. The intent here is to make sure like you don't feel like your hips or your legs are working, right? So you really want to feel almost like you can really let those legs come off to the sides and really just be on something. This is part of the release process. Okay, so just giving yourself whatever tweaks you need here just to really align with what feels best with your body. And so as you continue to settle in, just begin to maybe close your eyes. And as your eyes are closed, starting to just give yourself the opportunity just to be here. There's nothing that you need to do. The only invitation is just to let your body rest and be. And so as you are here, notice what that feels like. Is it hard to relax? Does it feel really sweet to relax? Is there anything in your week that is really highlighted right now as you allow yourself just to be here? And then just giving yourself 5 beautiful big breaths here. So think of breathing into the body, into the crown of the head. Think of breathing into the body, into the chest, into the arms. Think of breathing into the body, into those ribs, the front, sides, and the back. Think of breathing into the body, into the belly, into the low, low belly, those glutes, those legs, all the way down to the ankles, feet, and toes. Breathing down the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the hands, the fingertips. And then you'll begin to create some micro movements now. Slowly starting to awaken little by little. Maybe opening up the eyes, maybe bringing the knees back into the chest. And then bringing just a little bit of that rocking side to side again. That mini massage for the spine. And then when you feel called, you can maybe roll to one side and just give yourself the opportunity just to slowly bring yourself up from that sideline position back into a seated position. And so for your end, if you wish, you can grab your block again and sit on it. We're not going to actually be here for very long. Um, I will just encourage you to find some form of seat that feels comfortable. And once again, you can either bring your hands down on your lap or forward, or rather upward, my apologies. Just really giving yourself the chance again just to settle in. We will close the eyes one more time and bring some awareness into that pelvic bowl, or even rather those sitting bones, those two little beautiful points, um, our roots, if you will, that naturally move south towards the earth. We just imagine or even utilize our breath with an inhale and just kind of pull the spine nice and long. Or imagine the crown of the head reaching upwards. And then maybe on your exhale, those shoulders float down the back again. And as those shoulders float down the back, maybe we can feel a gentle lift of the heart and opening of the throat, maybe even in the third eye. The inner ears and eyes are at rest. The hands are soft. The lower body feels rooted. And so we'll place our left and right hand over the heart to begin to close out and seal our practice for the week. And so we can lower our head if you feel called. And we just thank the air element today and actually this week for being with us. The air element that